I'm swinging all big. I'm swinging all big. I'm swinging all big.
Got any plans for March 3rd? That's a Thursday, by the way. If you don't, go down to Civilian Brewing Corps for their 3rd anniversary. They'll be celebrating with $3 pours, a few extra special things, and lots of good food. Check them out at civilianbrewingcorps.com. Yes, there's an S at the end of that. They got plenty of good food, burgers, fries. Man, those fries are good. They've got some of the best cheese sticks, if not the best cheese sticks in Indiana. And don't forget that hot chicken. That's my personal favorite down at Civilian Brewing Corps, where they're celebrating their 3rd anniversary. Tell them we sent you.
And they're the people giving tutorials.
That's right, people giving tutorials. Hello, everybody. I'm John Simon, and I just shook the whole table that all our equipment's on, and this is Sam Sturgeon.
Hello, everybody.
Today's guest, Smoove, was not be able to make it. Kira was not able to make it, nor was a few other people, but we trudge on anyway. Let's see. A few announcements. As you all know, we are broadcasting live. Let me.
Once again, we are. Yeah, just sit up straight. Look,
no,
look dignified.
Slouch.
The slouch edition.
Slouch, yeah, this is the slouch edition. Wait, this is the Pimple edition. Yeah. As you know, we broadcast live from the Owen County Public Library, and I have a little announcement from them. This is a little flyer you can pick up, and they are excited. I'm actually kind of super excited about this too.
Oh yeah.
They announced that we are joining the Indiana Digital Library Consortium.
Ooh,
as of Tuesday,
fancy
March 1st. That's tomorrow. Do you know what this gets you?
No.
This means that OCPL, Overdrive, Libby users, do you know what that is?
No.
Online access.
Okay.
People using the online library, Libby. Users will have access to a digital collection of over, are you ready for this? 200 libraries across the state of Indiana.
That's really cool.
That is a lot of stuff. So you can get your app at the Google Store or at Apple. So get Libby and get access to 200 libraries. That's books, audiobooks,
audiobooks, video games, a lot of other really neat stuff. Any and all information you could ever possibly need in the state of Indiana is probably going to be accessible to you now.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Visit Libby or Overdrive's help site for instructions, or call OCPL. You can call it at 812-829-3392. And if you're not in America, like our German listeners, you're going to have to add a couple more things to that. And you probably already know how to call America anyway.
Just follow some YouTube channel and listen to their VPN commercial. You'll get there. It'll happen.
Sorry, we're not mentioning any of those because they're not sponsoring us yet. Hey,
exactly. That's as close as you get.
That's right. So we are basically pushing this out there to make sure that everybody knows that the library is accessible to everybody. We are also here to tell everybody what's going on in Indiana and what's available. Let's go to something that was actually played in our first intro, our countdown to start up.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to take this over since you work there?
I suppose I should, as
okay.
Being the evening kitchen manager at Civilian Brewing Corps, located in beautiful downtown Spencer next to the Tivoli. It is our 3rd anniversary this year, coming up on March 3rd.
Which is a Thursday.
Which is a Thursday.
A Thursday.
A Thursday. Well, you think Wednesday would be the Thursday, but
No, because it doesn't sound with the "w."
Yeah, but it's the third day in the week. Anyway.
No, it's the fourth day in the week, actually. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Mr. Picky, then the third day should be the fifth day then.
But how come Tuesday was Tuesday for 2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2? Oh, well.
But in any case, we're going to be celebrating the entire day, probably for most of the weekend, to be honest with you. You're going to find me back in the kitchen. You'll see the owner, Ben, out front, slinging beers and chatting it up with everybody. We have 2 specialty kegs of beer that we're doing just for the occasion. I'm not telling you what's in them, except for one is a chocolate beer. The other one
You
has...
said you were going to tell them what's in it. That's something.
There's more to it. I'm just
Yeah.
going to say, one is a chocolate beer. The other one has habanero in it as one of the ingredients. I have not tasted it. I have not tested it. I can't
I'm not going
wait.
to tell you what's in it, but there's habanero, yeah.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Again, the other 2 ingredients, secret.
Alcohol and water. Hey!
No, there's more to it. I know there's more to
It's
it.
beer. Of course it can have more than 3 things.
But we're only going to, there are only 5 gallons of each one of those, and after those are gone, that's it. So there are 2 very small specialty batches of beer that you can come in and celebrate with all of us. There's going to be...
I work all day Thursday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can get you a little howler set aside, or at least a little snifter worth.
That would be fine, yeah.
Okay.
I want to try that. Oh, yeah.
Because we just also put on a blood orange Kolsch onto the list at Civilian. That's also very nice.
I'm a dark beer person. I like my stouts. I like that stuff.
You do. That
blood orange is good.
It's really nice, isn't it? It's
I-
crisp and it's
yeah.
a tiniest bit sour, but not too sour. It doesn't count as a sour. If you're
no.
a beer connoisseur out there, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All I know is Ben posted it. Thank you, Ben. And I ran down because I had time and I had the money to fill up a growler. And yeah, I took that home. It's good.
No, I thought about getting one last night, but I stuck with, believe the, I got the double is what I got. Because sometimes after a long week of work, I like to drink a hard beer. But right now, I think we do have 2 or 3 more beers that are getting ready to go on to tap soon. They're still finishing up the fermentation process, but it's not going to be very long.
Dark beers?
I think one of them is.
Sweet. And too many light beers lately. Too many IPAs, Ben. Too many.
Well, you know, we ran into a little trend. We were trying out some new stuff, and they were all delicious.
And that's one thing I like about Civilians is it's not, we make 7 beers and we're going to only make these 7 beers. It's like, we make beers.
Yeah.
Let's see what comes out.
Yeah, we make beer.
Awesome.
Whatever is on our Ben and our brewer Joe's mind.
What can we get a hold of?
Yeah,
What
that's
ingredients?
the beer we're going to try and make. And if you've got a cool idea for a beer, they might agree. So...
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I can't wait till Thursday because it's going to be a crazy night. I don't know what all's planned. I honestly don't. I think it's just going to be, we're going to all be there slinging beer and making hot chickens and civilian burgers
so busy.
and mountains of those crispy, crispy French fries that nobody can get enough of.
I know, right? Best in Indiana.
Oh, they're so good.
Oh, you forgot to mention the cheese sticks.
And our in-house made cheese sticks.
Cheese bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheese
I mean,
bricks.
they're about that big each. They're huge.
Yeah.
It's like a Twinkie of just cheese.
Sorry, no banana for scale, but damn, they're good.
Yeah.
So, on the lighter side of the world, let's see. It's not going to be cold this week.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Spring is technically only about 3 weeks out, and it's already starting to feel that way.
Yeah, well, the polar vortex has kind of chilled out and started to do its little collapse. We still might see one little arm or two or some sort of cold dip, but
There's always
it really
the
looks
one.
like we're going to really just stable out and actually have spring. And with the other situations happening in the weather, hopefully we won't have mud.
It's Indiana. There will be mud.
Well, there already is mud.
It's mostly mud.
Yeah.
It's all mud.
Yep.
My yard's mud. Your yard's mud. That person's yard's mud.
Driveway isn't mud. It's
No.
not my driveway, though.
No, I think it's going to be time for springtime maintenance and outdoor work, and that's something we should do. We should actually talk with somebody about, a local landscaper. Have them come on.
Yeah.
Talk about what all goes into a proper.
Speaking of future shows, I'm in conversations with Ninja Construction. They want to come on.
Okay.
You can check them out at their their YouTube channel as well. Oh, what is it called? I'll have to look that up. Give me a moment. Then we've got Backdoor is actually going to reschedule and come on. Next week we should be talking to Deral Miller about 22 Rounds, a film he had come out on 2222.
Oh, great.
Also, one of the actors will be there. That might be pre-recorded. I'm trying to arrange that setup.
Say we haven't talked to Doral in a minute or two.
Well, you haven't. I talk to him regularly.
Oh,
yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
I mean...
And on that note, I'm still working on Journey to a New World, trying to get that out. And if anybody would like to buy me a brand new 3090 Ti for my computer, it'll also require a new power supply because it's a monster. Hey, hit me up. It's right here, Radioactive Shack.
See the link right here? Mm-hmm. Here, I'll double check on the screen. Everything you need to know right here.
Right there, yeah.
Right there at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
I mean, I can't get you a new 3090 Ti.
I know you can't.
But I can.
I don't know anybody who can.
Yeah. I wish I could because my computer is about 6 years old and it's feeling its age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A guy I talked to in Bloomington, Computer Hut or something like that.
Is it the one down on 2nd Street?
Yeah.
Okay, I know the spot. Yeah, everybody here knows that spot.
In the last year, he's held one in his hand, and this is a man who builds computers for a living. And he got lucky getting that. Right. Yeah.
Scalpers, gotta love them.
Yep. Let's see. Can I talk about your
Oh, the Minotaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well.
Sweet. Okay. Sam here got a hold of a little
side job.
Project, yeah.
Project, a side job, a community event, wherefore I believe it's Bloomington South High School is doing a production, and I am currently halfway through building a giant Minotaur costume.
Yes.
I'll throw some pictures to him, and then he can put them up on this whole thing's Instagram, and then I'll throw it up on my Instagram, and we'll tag everybody. It'll be fantastic.
It'll be chaos. Wait.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
Yes.
There's that project. There's also, I've finished up another costume for OCCT's Alice in Wonderland.
Sweet.
Trying to put together a Humpty Dumpty. I've learned that egg shapes are hell to try and make out of foam. So I'm probably going to take another crack at that tonight because it built the whole frame, made a pattern off of it. I cut everything out, and then it all turned into like a big pointy wizard's hat instead of all folding together to where I need it. So it's going to take a lot of gluing and pressing and
Yay.
and cursing under my breath.
All right. For anybody who wants to know, you want to watch Ninja Construction's videos, search Ninja Out Dock Build on YouTube, and their YouTube is called Ninja Out. It's the only way you can find it right now. Check them out. Like and subscribe if you want. Really interesting shenanigans. Shenanigans from a construction company. That's never made up.
Who'd have thought?
Yep. Yeah. And how much longer do you think you got on that Minotaur?
Oh, another week or two. And that's going to be because I still have to make arms.
Yeah.
And get the fur put on it and the skin put over the foam so you can't see the seams and everything. Got to put some glowing parts in there.
Gotta have glowing parts.
Well, yeah. So there's and then I have to get it all attached to a helmet and a pair of football shoulder pads.
That should be.
It won't be that difficult. It's just going to take me probably about a full day's worth of work to get it all set.
Are you going to go watch the play?
I'm probably not going to have the time, to be very honest. I don't think I'm going to get to it.
I'd like to see it too because I just want to see how they're going to perform with that piece.
Oh, don't worry. I'll play with it here too. It'll be fine.
Sweet. Preview here on Tangents on Everything and Nothing.
Yes. Certain place I work, we usually have our D&D night every Tuesday. So I think there will be a special event where they'll have to actually fight the Minotaur. And I think I'm going to be the Minotaur I'm going to be the bull in the china shop, so to speak, at Civilian. So I just ordered $100 worth of long fur for it.
Can we live stream that game when you do it?
That would be fun. We'll have to talk with Ben.
Yeah, talk to the boss.
We'll talk with my boss, see what's up. I doubt he'd care, but we'll try. No, we have that. And then we have 2 more suits to build after these are all done, which is one for our big dumb project.
Yes.
That
we need to get to work on that.
Yeah, we gotta get started on that one eventually, and then the other one is for my boss at Civilian, which is going to be a very large costume.
Yeah.
Very tall costume.
And that's about all you're gonna be told on that one, and I kind of know what they're doing, and it's gonna be awesome.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be spectacular, and that's actually one of the most exciting costume I'm working on so far. The Minotaur was a nice surprise, but
Yes, that is.
Yeah. But otherwise, right now, I think that's everything on my end. I still have to put horns and everything on it. So, and then thank God we're not doing hands. It's just hooves for the hands. Oh, that makes life easier.
I understand it's easier, but it's just that to me makes it stop being a minotaur.
I mean, you're still walking on 2 human legs. You get the torso on
How's he going to carry his axe?
There is no axe.
He's a minotaur. He's supposed to have some sort of weapon.
Well, not in this production. He kills everybody with his horns,
Not
like a real minotaur should.
touching that one. Yes. So,
what's on your plate recently?
basically, I've been trying to get a few side projects. Working on a script. We talked about that before. That's the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yep.
That will be probably looking at finalizing the script sometime mid-summer. Try to get some actors into it so we can sit there and work on the dialogue. Because I want to make sure the dialogue is believable, flows right, not written like, I don't
like how we wrote our dialogue for Bigfoot Murder Fest.
Yeah, the difference between that dialogue and this is I think we're going to allow that as here's your guideline, follow it. I want this one to kind of follow the path of the movie better, or the book. But I need to keep it from sounding like it was written 100 and something years ago.
Make sure it doesn't sound like you've copied and pasted and changed 3 words.
Right, because nobody talks like that anymore.
Yeah.
Need to still get it to flow. Let's see, other projects. We already talked about Journey to a New World, getting that done. Tom Rice has a project coming up that I'm kind of involved in. That's all I can say about that at the moment.
Fair.
Let's see. Tangent Bones has been making a lot of stuffed animals. We'll be at the Ren Fair that is occurring in Ferdinand. You know where Ferdinand is? Down towards Washington.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I know where it's at.
Yep. So I'm going to stop by the brewery there because they got some good beer too.
Oh well.
Yeah. But they're
it's
made
a shame
by
to see you go from the civilian fan base, John. It's,
I gotta spread out, make sure I know what it is. This isn't a monogamous relationship.
You hurt me.
Polyamory beer. Call it. I gotta make sure. I gotta come up. It's like, hey Ben, this beer.
Polyalcoholism? Is that what it is?
Polyalcoholism. Polyinebriation.
Polynesian?
Polynesian? No.
No.
There's a poly in there somewhere. Poly brewery.
Polybeverage?
I like brewery better.
No, fair.
Yeah. So check that out when you get a chance. Tangent Bones is gonna have some more of their plushies up online soon in Etsy. That information will be coming up. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it on my plate at the moment.
Yeah. We're boring without a guest.
I know.
We're doing great.
I think this has been a long day for all of us as well. And when you had so much lined up and it all kind of fell apart, you go on with what you have. And that just shows how ill prepared we were.
Look, the only bags of goodies I brought were the eye bags under my eyes from staying up till like 7 or 8 every morning.
Yeah.
So, well, why don't we play a little video from our sponsor and we'll try and figure out what we're doing after this.
This is our sponsor today. More from Eldritch.
Eldritch Table. Know when the stars are right.
So that was some wonderful earthenware, or should I say astralware, coming from Eldritch Productions there. So if you ever want to know when Cthulhu's coming back, when the stars are right, and when the old gods are going to awaken, use Eldritch products. They're great for the unknown. It's too quiet.
It was too quiet.
Yes.
Just threw in the dead space for the bit, and it only really works if you can see the live feed right now on Twitch. So to everybody listening out there in audio land later on Anchor.fm and Spotify and a few other spots, sorry. You just have to play that out in your mind.
That's right. It's just figure 2 guys sitting on a couch kind of staring off into the void.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just being middle-aged.
Right.
So... otherwise, I know we had our other event this evening, and that we're not really keeping too many things under wraps in the future. But I know we didn't talk about doing that on the show either. So I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I'd rather have permission from the rest of the group to talk about that. So there is a little side project that will be beneficial for the area coming up, and I'm going to vague it as much as possible because it's Yeah,
We're,
it's an
we're-
infant. It's
we're
baby.
working on something really cool.
That's right.
I don't think anybody's going to be too upset about what we're working on.
Oh.
This should be a really good time, but it's going to be. We'll let you know when we can.
Yeah, as
all
long
the
as nobody
details.
robs our idea.
That was a cheap shot. I'm going to call you out on that.
Oh, absolutely, yes. The nice thing is it's so vague. You can't
See
read
that
it.
big white dot in the middle of that bullseye?
right, mhm.
Yeah, I see where
Yeah.
you went there.
Yep.
Oh, don't worry, I go below the belt too.
Yeah, that's all right.
Alrighty. Well, in any case, what else do we have going on? I mean, I noticed that we don't have the wonderful music upstairs this evening.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where
Are they
that
starting that a
was.
little later than usual? Or are they hitting that about 7 now?
I don't know.
Because I guess they are, because last week I didn't notice it until it was a little later through the
Maybe,
episode. So
maybe.
maybe 7 is when the.
Well, yeah, we'll find out here in 11 minutes.
Well, also I've noticed, here at the library, we're in the audio and visual tech lab, where they also have set up their brand new 3D printer that
Yeah.
they have a whole station for. They've
And
been
they're
working on.
really nice to make sure it's not running while we're here. So.
Yeah. Well, they rent out the space a couple hours ahead before we get here, so it's really nice of them to have accommodated for our little show here.
Did we mention that the library has 2 gaming computers, which you can do
Yes.
more than gaming on, that you can attach your Steam account to and play games?
And I'm sorry to whoever Fry was. I had to cancel. I went ahead and turned off your Civilization game that you had going just because, well, I'd hate for someone to go in there and make graphic shapes out of windmills. I'm sorry. It only took 30 seconds.
Yes,
You can't tell because you had so many windmills up already. What were you doing? There was nothing to power. You need to learn how to manage your gameplay. In any case,
You mean you can't have 37 windows open for no reason at all?
you can. Just don't expect anything good to happen on the computer. Because behind all of that was also all the 3D printing STL files. So someone didn't even bother to close those out before they were like, I gotta play my city builder.
What video games have you been playing lately?
Oh God, I've played a lot of like colony builders. One of them I've been playing is it's called Cryofall. Basically, you've crashed on a planet. You have to build your way up technologically till you can leave the planet. You have to survive for as long as you can and deal with all the different terrible alien creatures and events that happen across the map.
So like No Man's Sky, but only one planet.
Only one planet and all 2D?
2D.
2D.
Yeah.
See, another game I've been playing a lot of, Super Auto Pets. They're not a sponsor. I just really love that stupid little game. If you've ever played a game called Team Fight Tactics, it's basically the exact same thing, only you're using the animal emojis from your phone. And those are the characters that you line up to take out the other team with. I've spent almost like 80 hours playing that stupid little game, and
Can you use Telegram stickers for that? Or does it have to be emojis?
it's already loaded up that way, so you can't swap out your own thing.
That'd be absolutely hilarious having some of those Telegram emojis.
I mean, it would be
Yeah.
worrisome sometimes, but it would be fun.
Talk about an NSFW game. Oh yeah, all for it.
Instantly. Otherwise,
Yes.
no, there hasn't been a whole lot different. I have seen where some of the games I play are getting ready to do like bigger updates or coming out with new expansions, and I just wish I had the time. I say
Yeah.
that. I've also, like I said, just blew like 80 hours this week playing a game that involves lining up a fish and a frog. So this way, when the frog dies, it does this for the fish, and then the dog gets bigger when you buy a pet and you do this. It's been stupid. Like, whatever. But then again, when you're working up at middle of the night and you have paint drying and glue drying and you can't work on the next step for 3 hours,
Yeah.
what else you going to do?
Right. I have a Star Wars Squadrons, and I think the last time I actually turned it on was October.
Right. No,
Yeah.
one of my favorite games between me and my wife, I mean, we have almost 2,700 hours in it between two consoles. I don't think either of us have played it in 6 months because we just hit a spot where it's like, all right, I've burned out on it. But we do that. And in another week and a half or a month from now, we'll hit another like 2-year-long binge and we'll be great.
But what was that game we played at your house the other day?
Oh, Cosmic Encounter.
Cosmic Encounters. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a super fun tabletop game, I should say. There's
Mix.
a board mix.
There's boards.
It's a mix. It's a mix.
Yeah.
But if you want to look up anything about Cosmic Encounter, it's too much for me to explain on the podcast. hit up YouTube and just check out their channel. They have so many different playthroughs and different behind the scenes, and a lot of other people have put up playthroughs of Cosmic Encounter as well that are just super fun. And if you ever get a hold of it, just be prepared to create the biggest arguments you have ever had with your family.
I didn't create any arguments.
No, but my wife and I have had many a nights where we just stare angrily at each other from across the table.
I can't see why you create a game that's based on backstabbing and get mad at each other. Come on.
Right?
No, I rather enjoyed it.
So usually we just get in bigger arguments over the rule stipulations, because you read how some of those rules can be interpreted.
Oh, right, yeah.
There is a right and wrong way, but every time we play a game, we have to stop and look up a rule online to see what the official ruling is, because they're not all specified.
See, unlike another game, Munchkin, I like, because you're supposed to argue over the rules. If you're not arguing over the rules, you're playing it wrong.
Yeah.
And what I like is playing with my deck, because there's a rule in there, so where the owner of the deck gets the final say, no matter what.
Oh, right.
I've never abused that, Andrew Babush.
Oh, don't also forget the Batman edition of Munchkin, or Flux. I'm sorry. There's a Batman version.
Flux is,
a Batman version of Flux where you automatically get to draw an extra card as long as something you're wearing has a Batman symbol on it. I was like, oh,
now,
really?
The one thing I've gotten sick of with Munchkin, and I'm seeing a lot of other games do this, Flux is a good example, is they'll basically plaster anything. They'll take the same game and just put another facade over it.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of funny. It's like, oh, hey, there's Munchkin. There's Munchkin Cthulhu. There's Munchkin this. There's Munchkin Zombie. Now there's Munchkin Adventure Time. Now there's Munchkin Disney. Now there's Munchkin, you know, oh, God.
Yeah, and Flux has, if there is a piece of media out there, Flux has, I'm sure that Tangents on Everything and Nothing has a Flux version coming out, and we're not even aware of it.
I want my cut. You hear me?
Or at least a copy.
That too. Yeah.
Just send us one of those. Would probably be fine, honestly.
One of my favorite card games is one that's called We Didn't Play Test This.
Oh, yeah.
It has a sequel called We Didn't Play Test This also.
Mm-hmm.
Really great games. You can break them, or you can win in one round, or you can lose in one round. And when I mean everybody loses, it's a nice random sort of game.
Here's a party game that I think I kind of gotten a little over with pretty quickly, was Cards Against Humanity. There's only so many times you can make dead baby jokes before it's kind of like, I'm done with this card now.
Okay.
And also all of the expansions that have come out for that one as well.
And Cards Against Humanity is a great game as long as the people you play with it change.
Yes.
If you have the same group of people, it's the same jokes.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just because of the way the cards get rolled out most of the time, you're just running into the same jokes over and over. And how long has that game been out now? For almost 20 years? Is it 15?
I don't know. It's a long, long time. And I can honestly say I've only played it like 10 times, maybe.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the max.
And I enjoyed every time I played it. Side note to that, I was at a convention and they were doing a charity raffle.
Mm-hmm.
And for $1, you could buy a single answer card, or actually question, because the panel had the answers.
Oh,
and you got to play it, and then you get to judge who had the best. Mm-hmm. For $5, you got a 2 answer card.
Ooh.
And this being a charity, if you wanted to give more money, they weren't going to complain.
Right.
And it turns out this was an 18 and over event that they didn't list as an 18 and over event. Oh. And I took my 12-year-old. No, sorry, 10-year-old.
Oh, at the time, 10-year-old. Yeah. Right. Oh, goody.
So the following year, I went back again, and people were talking. It's like, oh yeah, man, there's this guy who brought his kid to it. It's like, oh yeah, that was me. I remember! Talking to you, Alkali. But it was pretty funny because it wasn't listed, and there wasn't anything there I was going to hide from my son anyway, because I knew it was going to get silly and obnoxious, and 90% of that would have gone over his head at that time. Now he would laugh and love it because he's got a twisted sense of humor, and I love that. That's great. But he doesn't really remember going. So what did I do? Nothing. And nothing was said or done that was ridiculously explicit. And half the people didn't know he was there anyway, so it didn't hold anybody back. Yeah. So. But that's my Cards Against Humanity story. And,
nice.
And I love that one. That's great.
But otherwise, I think that's all I've got for this week. How about you?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we can end it there.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have a new sponsor for next week. was speaking with a certain dark deity. He might be able to help do a promotional spot.
That would be nice.
So we'll work on that, see what we can do.
Great.
Because he also needs a little
Excellent.
repairing on it. He needs a little tore his shoulder out. Needs a little surgery there.
Mm-hmm.
Things just with all the classes I've taken in the last few weeks, I can. The Cthulhu shall rise again, and he's going to look even better than he did the first time. Because now I know how to hide the seams.
I thought it was good to begin with.
Yeah, I did too. And it's
yeah.
just, it's going to look like I said. Well, you've seen just my progress shots from some things that aren't finished that look better than what Cthulhu does so far.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Oh,
so
great.
tired,
Okay.
folks. I'm
Side story on
tired.
that. I approached him saying, "Hey, we're doing Call of Cthulhu. We need a costume." And I sat there with him for like a couple hours at his place as he threw the whole thing together. Not the whole thing. He threw the
Not
mask.
at the time having a clue on what I was doing because it'd been 15 years since I'd done anything like that.
And it was one of those. By the end of the day, it was like, "This is gonna be great."
Yeah, and by the end of the week, it was painted and textured and ready for the body to be built.
Yep.
And that's what needs most of the work now is just the body. So.
Yeah. Maybe that's something we can do through the week, or take some video of what you're doing, and we can throw that on here next show.
Yeah, no.
Awesome.
Like I said, I've got a green screen set up in the basement for a reason. Like my shop is big enough I can have a recording studio / make studio all next to each other. And it's organized, and it makes him so jealous.
Because I can't organize.
And I love that. I love how how
It's
organized.
wonderful in there. It's a great place. Oh, look, you know where the stuff is.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's room to walk around. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, no, I set it up a specific way for reasons.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that because I'm a FAS sort of person.
Oh, yeah, functional.
First available space.
Yeah, first available space. Okay.
And then I'm terrible at organizing it.
Well, remember, the only reason mine's organized is because I had to gut everything out of the basement, get rid of the mold and the grossness, and then I got to put stuff back. And when I was putting things back, it's like, hey, we can put stuff on shelves now. And we can put molds over here on this shelf, and we can put plaster molds on this shelf down below, and oh, we can put extra stuff up here, and I can put this over here, and this is all within arm's reach, and I don't have to leave my basement now. Great.
Here he is at the library.
Yeah, you made me leave my basement.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Now what I need to do is, yes, I need to basically, I need to throw a lot of stuff away.
That's what I did.
Prioritize and because I do have a lot of junk.
Well, mine was okay until it wasn't. Then it had to go. Hey, we should find out when the local garbage removal day is here in Spencer because they normally do one every year at the fairgrounds.
I need a
springtime.
I seriously need a roll off.
Been there.
Yeah.
Been there a handful of times. Every time I had roommates, I wound up having to get a roll off after they'd leave because so much of their stuff would be left at my house.
Too bad.
Goodbye, memories.
Flammable. If it was flammable, would be great.
Some of it was.
Oh, I'm talking about what I have.
Oh.
A lot of metal at my place.
Well, it's meltable.
Some of it is.
Some. Okay, fair.
Steel, melting that much steel would be the problem.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'd have to crank up. We'd have to make a heat source so strong, like you wouldn't be able to stand near it.
Well, it would be shielded enough. You'd be fine. As soon as you open up the blast, be like, you know.
Oh yeah, 5,000 degree heat blast.
Oh, you don't need 5,000. You need like 3,500.
No, but 5,000 is more impressive.
Yeah, you can burn the metal that way. You know, like actually damage the metal at that.
Yeah, at that point.
But if we can get that high, most ceramics or fire brick and all that, and there's another word for it, I can't think of it, can't handle it.
Oh,
it
just
starts
crumbles.
melting, yeah. Which is one reason why tungsten, it requires 6,000 degrees. And most of your ceramic and stone is fluid at that point. So trying to melt something at that point is very difficult.
I was about to say, yeah, because it wasn't a National Geographic I watched one time. Because while I'm up at night, I watch a lot of documentaries. So many nature documentaries. Just because I also love biology. That's one of my favorite things. But, yeah, most molten magma that comes out of the earth is only running probably about like 35 to 4,000 degrees. 3,500 to 4,000 degrees.
Yep.
And the surface of the sun itself, it's hot here. And it can get hotter. But that's because of the UV radiation burning through the atmosphere and creating our nice little warm pocket on the planet. The surface of the sun only runs at about, I think, but it's between 10 and 15,000, 10,000 degrees.
That's just the surface.
Surface.
Get to the corona,
Uh-huh.
you're talking millions.
Yeah, that's fine. We're not going. You can't go that deep. We can't even look at the surface so far. So this is fine.
Actually, we do have that probe that is penetrating the corona and is therefore technically touching the sun.
Which is so weird.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thought.
Oh, wait. Violins are here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so they do start at 7, right
Yep.
on the nose.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Well,
I didn't mean to
folks,
interrupt you.
with our heralds leading the way, I think that'll probably be it for the week. Then it's a short episode.
Yep. Next week we should have Darrell Miller and or other people on here. You'll find out.
Whoa.
Check us out at Instagram at is it Radioactive Shack or is it Time of Your Half-Life Instagram? I don't remember. It's one of those two. Check it out. That's where I post all of the upcoming episodes and information.
Well, here's what you do. You take the email address that's right here, and you can either do the Radioactive Shack on Instagram, and if that doesn't work, go to Time of Your Half-Life on Instagram.
There won't be a hyphen if it's on Instagram.
Yeah, there's no hyphen in the Half-Life. So, otherwise...
But there is an email.
Ooh, gotcha, fuckers.
Oh, and speaking of, we're also looking for sponsorships. We're trying to get better equipment.
Yeah.
Check it out at Patreon at Time of Your Half-Life.
So, all right. I think that's everything, gang.
Jeremiah's not here to say to push the button, so it's going to be your job.
Push the button, John.
All right, this is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating.